Hello, my name is Pollux and welcome to my channel. I'd like to start off by saying thank you to those that have recently subscribed, as I have seen a slight increase in subs and views on my channel. So thank you. With Dragonflight literally on our doorsteps, I wanted to get this short video out before we all get started pushing our way to level 70. I'm going to go over my must-have add-ons for tanking, along with a couple of optional ones that are just nice to have and improve my quality of life while playing. I won't be talking about big wigs, little wigs, or deadly boss mods. The reason I choose big or little wigs is because I feel DBM just puts out too much information, causing an information overload that can be very distracting. But if you find that DBM works for you, then that's great too. It's wonderful that we have a good variety of add-ons to choose from for our favorite game. First on the list will be Plater. Plater has been a very reliable add-on that almost everyone in the Mythic Plus community uses. There are a lot of Plater profiles over on wago.io, and I highly encourage you to check them out. When looking for a profile, I highly recommend searching for one that colorizes each nameplate with priority color. Usually profiles will change the nameplate color based off danger to the group. For example, the Murlocs that drop the fish sticks are usually a certain color, so you know they are priority for stun. Casters are usually lumped into a light blue color, so you know which ones need to be kicked. Next one on my list is weak auras. This is going to be a big section because a large majority of my add-ons are actually weak auras. While you can do any Mythic Plus without the use of weak auras, being able to track your CDs and useful abilities like Rage, Pain, or Stagger is a must. I highly recommend grabbing Luxthos' weak auras. He has put out what I consider probably the best comprehensive and user-friendly weak auras for each class. He has also included an introductory video explaining each piece of his weak aura and how to modify them to your liking. The only thing I did with mine was to show the health bar, which is off by default, and change the group size down to 0.9 because I thought they were just a tad bit too large. The next best weak auras will be for your Mythic Plus alerts. The best dungeon weak aura set I have found is by the author Kazis. Bottom line, they put a nice icon telling you certain abilities or debuffs you have in a nice large area so you can manage appropriately. If you use these weak auras, check the notes by the author, as they require the add-on Shared Media and Shared Media Kazis. You can grab both of those from the CurseForge app. Another weak aura I recommend getting, especially if you pug mythic groups a lot, is grabbing Group Finder Custom Extension. This will provide you with a colored representation of each class in the Looking For group, so you know who is already in the group before you sign up. And with the help of the Raider.io extension, you can see the leader's Raider.io score, so you know ahead of time what you're getting into. As an added bonus, you can see what region they are located. This way, if you are from an oceanic realm, you can see the group leader's region before signing up. Mostly it helps people that have potato internet try to be as close as possible to the leader. I mainly use this weak aura to filter out people not in my region, what classes are already in a group, and the leader's Raider.io score. While we are waiting on OmniCD to get an update for 10.0, I have found a very good interrupt tracker that does not rely on Zen Tracker. It's called Interrupt Tracker 2. Nice solid filled bars with class color. It includes all interrupts, including Paladin Shield and Warrior Spell Reflect. Mythic Plus Automark is an invaluable tool for me, and when I don't have it, I miss it intensely. You can set it up so that it auto-marks tanks and healers, and it will also put markers on priority targets so that your DPS know which targets need interrupts and die first. The only downside to this weak aura is that you are at the mercy of the author, who has to update each target for all the dungeons. You can, and I have done it in the past, go through the weak aura and update it yourself with priority targets. Season 1 dungeons have been updated and are currently up to date. The last two weak auras I will briefly describe have not been updated yet for Dragonflight. The Tank Calls weak aura puts in a /say, any abilities that are intended to do hard damage to the tank and one-shot anyone else. Nice little warning call out for your melee who like to hump a tank's leg during dungeons and always seems to get hit by avoidable damage intended for the tank only. It's a fantastic weak aura, and the author has stated that they plan on updating this for Dragonflight. The last weak aura is required Mythic Plus %. It basically puts a nice numeric number on your screen so you can see how much percentage of trash you need before moving on to the next stage of a dungeon. It's really invaluable, and if you defeat a boss or go past the zone before hitting that required threshold, it puts in party chat a warning stating how much trash you need before continuing forward through the dungeon. Saves time and prevents you from having to go back to clear trash for that final 1%. Right now there hasn't been anything from the author on if they are planning to update this weak aura. I'm keeping it for now in the hopes it gets updated. Links to all of the weak auras I discussed in this video will be in the pinned comment below. Vocal Raid Assistant is a neat little add-on that provides you with a vocal cues about abilities from your party being used in the dungeon. For example, you have a mage that likes to pop off in a pug by casting Combustion. A vocal oral tone will say Combustion, letting you know you should pull more. You can go in and add or remove any abilities you may or may not want to hear. Very customizable and highly recommended. If you get this add-on, I highly recommend going in and taking the time to look at all the tabs. They have raid, dungeon, outdoor zones, arena, battlegrounds, and scenarios. So things you might want to listen to for in dungeons might not necessarily be the ones you need to hear in raid and vice versa. The next add-on is a nice quality of life I like to use for Mythic Plus keys. It's a large timer that shows your current time, key level with affixes, progress bar for a 3, 2, or 1 chest, along with the trash percentage bar. The bar will highlight red with the amount of trash percentage you are currently in combat with to give you an idea of where you are in relation to the dungeon for trash count. Combine this with the weak aura % I mentioned earlier, and it's a great combo. It will also give you the total death with your cost in time for the deaths. When you hover over the deaths, it gives you the person who died and at what time they died from the start of the key. So if someone died at 1 minute and 30 seconds into the start of the key, that is how it's displayed. Just like most Mythic Plus timer add-ons, this will make your quest sidebar go away so that you are not distracted by quest text. Last add-on that is another quality of life for Mythic Plus dungeons is Astral Keys. Nothing extremely notable about this add-on, and there are weak auras that can do what its primary job does. When you are in a group and type exclamation point keys, anyone with Astral Keys or the weak aura that triggers from exclamation point keys will display in your party what keys and their level that everyone has. I highly recommend if you get this add-on or the weak aura that you only trigger it to work in party. Don't need to upset those in guild who patrol guild chat and don't like to be spammed with Mythic Plus key information. Not to mention there are trollers out there that will want specific keys, and if they see in guild chat you have a key they want, it will be a never-endless spam of whispers begging you to be in your group for that key you have. That about wraps it up for what I feel are good add-ons for Mythic Plus tanking. I pride myself on trying to keep a clean UI real estate and not be overburdened with information on my screen. Useful information only. Did I miss an add-on or weak aura that you can't live without or would like to share with the community? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please hit that like button and subscribe.